Welcome to the Here and Now Show. I'm your host, Lavonda Ray. Thank you for tuning into the Here and Now Show. And if you've tuned into the Here and Now Show, you know that I'm coming from the Midwest where we come in and show out. Gotta love your city. Hello, somebody. Thank you. And if you tuned into my show before, you know that the Here and Now Show is a show where I have took real life events and turned them into a positive living. So with that being said, if you have any questions or any comments, feel free to leave it in the box. So with that being said, let's start the show. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. As always, I am so glad to be here. I am feeling blessed, and you should too. First of all, I want to thank everybody who rocks with me every single week. Yes, I want to thank you guys. Whether you've been here for the very beginning or you just found a nice family here, either way, I appreciate every one of you listeners. Let me make sure my volume's up. Oh, there you go. I'm sorry. I just feel like my volume was down. I appreciate everyone. Listeners, I appreciate every single compliment, every comment, every share, and the ones that felt like we were sitting in the same room and that we were connecting. This is for you too. So before I get into it, I want to talk about last week's show because last week and the show before last week's shows in general, and speed past that before I get into today's topic. But last week, uh, we talked about minding our own business, and some of us found out that we are carrying other people's problems except our own. Um, and if this, and when we realize that when we're trying to mind our own business, and if this doesn't have, and I told you guys, if it doesn't have your name on it, doesn't have an address on it, doesn't have your address on it, your name, or it doesn't pay any bills, leave it alone. Let it go. Now, I know some of y'all are probably laughing, but hey, that's good because you started protecting your peace more. And I like that a little bit more and more. We talked about last week life after the bullshit. We talked about the heartbreaks that comes with it, being betrayed, the lies, the drama, the disappointment, and everything that try to convince you that you never smile again. Hey, how you doing? Hi, I see you. But look at us now. Just look at you smiling now. Look at you now. You're still standing. You're still growing. You're still learning, and you still believing. And that right there is a bonus. And your best days are right ahead you. So for this moment, I want us today, this is not just a conversation. This is also a place where, we can make breakthroughs with each other. And we just don't laugh here. Sometimes we might cry a little, I might get a little teary eyed, but it's because there's certain subjects, make us feel like certain things could happen. So we learn, and we learn that, loving ourselves also requires being honest. So today's conversation is one that I'm excited about. I'm talking about trauma, not just trauma that women get, not trauma that teenagers get or that men get, or children, or grandparents, you know, not just that trauma does not discriminate. So if you care to, yes, I know I have 30 views. It goes up, it goes down. So I think, thinking that, but trauma, it doesn't care how old you are. It doesn't care where you come from, how much money you have, or how many views you have, or how much pain you have, because trauma has visited every family, has visited every neighborhood, has visit churches, communities. But the good news about trauma is that it may be a part of your story, that is true, but it doesn't have to be the end of your story. So today we're gonna laugh, we're gonna cry, stay around for a few questions and answers, and hopefully we can all leave here a lot lighter than we were when we came in. So grab that evening snack. You know me, grab your evening snack, grab your coffee, I don't know, your sweet tea, or if you're just in a car pretending like you need 5 minutes, get that, got that. Because you guys know me, life be life. And so with that being said, I gotta have a little jazz. So we're gonna take like a 10-second, 2 seconds, not even 10 seconds, a few minutes of jazz, let you grab your snacks, and we're gonna get into it. So how about we do that? because I love jazz. I feel like jazz sets the mood, sets the moment. Let's make it happen. I'll be back.